Got a new addition to the stable. Got it pretty cheap, so that's why it looks like this. It is a 2001 Hyosung GT650R. It is a V-twin. It's pretty much a copy of the Suzuki SV650. Kid had it, so made him a deal with it. He didn't need it anymore. As you can tell, it needs work. Chain needs to be cleaned to see if it's even still good. Obviously there's rust on it, but I'll get all that clean. Haven't really looked at the sprocket teeth. They look decent. There's under 7,000 miles on it that it shows. As you can tell, it wasn't very clean. Get the little surface rust off, get all that cleaned up. Missing screws in certain places. It's been down on both sides, but it's just lightly scratched. Nothing too bad, nothing I can't fix and then paint. What I'm probably going to end up doing is just going back with red. I'll just take all the stickers off because none of them are under the clear coat. I don't think this one is. This one might actually be under, because I know these aren't under the clear coat. It feels like it's under the clear coat on the tank. That's kind of like what Honda does. They put the stickers on the clear coat on the tank, so that'll need to be sanded and smooth that so you don't have a bump there. Oops, sorry, we're losing focus here. Why are we losing focus? I don't know why. Phone. Anyway, so obviously it's got scuffs. Mirrors need to be replaced. This one's all loosey-goosey, so I'll just order two. This one obviously broke off. I may need a throttle cable. I'm going to try to adjust it. It's pulling in first gear. When you got it pulled all the way and give it throttle, you can feel the bike want to move, so it's not fully disengaging the clutch. This, I guess the original lever broke off, so he put a spare one on. Obviously it's been jacked with, so I'll just order a new kit. Ignition key in the tank's been jacked up, so I'll just get a set. Usually you can get the ignition with a tank lock, and it usually comes with this lock right here that unlocks the rear seat, and then the front seat pulls off with a pin you pull back. Let's see what else needs. Front blinkers. The rears are fine. I'll just order a set of new front ones. The front fork seals look like they're leaking, but I'm going to clean it up and clean the seal out with usually you can use like 35mm film. You can get in there and get it cleaned out real good. That's probably just, hopefully that's all it is. It's just gunk trapped in that seal and it's letting it out. Obviously I'm going to have to repair this part, which I understand why. I've looked at spare ones on eBay, and there's really the only holding points are right here. There's nothing back here, so these are pretty broke from what I've seen at the used ones, so that's not too good. There's a bracket here, and I don't see one over here, so I may be missing a bracket. I'm not sure. So that's where the blinker goes. And what's weird is I can't figure out. This whole thing is loose, and I'm not really seeing the okay, there's one point. I don't really see what really holds this tight. I'm not seeing like a frame or anything, so I'm gonna take this part off and look. I'll get the diagrams out. I know the brakes aren't really great on this bike, so I'll definitely pull these off, check the pads, all that good stuff. The rear rotor is going to have to be replaced because it is grooved real bad. The front do have some grooving, but not too bad. I'll keep those like those are for now. Like I said, I'll clean the calipers out real good. I gotta figure out what's going on here, but this blinker does work, so I don't know what that goes to. The good thing is the fairings aren't, I mean, this is really the only crack right here, and that right there. Everything else is just scuffs, and luckily it's mainly in the sticker, so I can peel these stickers off. There's a crack there, but easy stuff. Luckily there's no holes or cracked through the whole fairing. Those when I really don't feel like messing with them. And I was hoping this stuff was cheap on eBay, but I guess sales haven't been great in the US. I'm guessing because I don't really see dealerships anymore on these bikes. So pricing on fairings are kind of on the upside on pricing, so I'm gonna just do the best I can to use what I've got. Like I said, luckily it's not like huge cracks. The tank doesn't have any dents in it, which is good. Just scratched up stuff. This will obviously, I'll take that off. Obviously I'll look for a new seat. I guess it was torn and he just kind of recovered it, so hey, this is what I would have done. Then he added this muffler, excuse me, and I do not know what it's off of. It is, I don't know, Dan Moto? I've never heard of that, but it does sound pretty dang good. The only thing is it pops real bad when you're deaccelerating. Here is the rear rotor, and I mean, look at those grooves. I don't know if that's from the rear brake dragging. I mean, it would have to be dragging for that, or if it's poor quality steel, which it could be both. I mean, that is terrible. I've never seen a rotor like that. So I mean, I see pad material, so I don't know. I'm guessing it may be stuck. It does seem kind of hard to push backwards, but that could have been because of the clutch not fully disengaging too, so I'll have to check that too. Luckily the rear light's good, the rear tail's good, rear blinkers are good, handlebar, like I said, or grab bar, just repaint that. Other than that, I mean, she starts, she runs good. The gauge works, which is good. Headlight works once I turn it on, I guess. Okay, hold on, you have to hold the clutch to start it no matter what. And it is carbureted, so you got your choke lever. Later models are fuel injected. But the cool thing is this is an 06, and I've seen other bikes, I mean, they don't even have the pass that just flashes your high beam real quick, so you don't have to click it on and off, just pop up. It also has a hazard thing, which more bikes now are finally coming out with those, but it's cool that this bike has it, because I mean, hell, my Honda doesn't even have this stuff. Yeah, horn. That's cool. That's pretty much it, really. Yeah, so I may end up getting like a baffle or something, because that popping's gonna be pretty annoying. Of course, I'm not gonna be revving it up like that while I'm riding, so we'll just see. I've only ridden around the block. And then obviously the oil needs to be changed. I said I'm gonna pressure wash this real good and touch it. I see a little rust right there. And that's a kind of the suck part. It has a steel frame, so it is kind of on the heavy side. But everything else seems pretty good. You know, so like I said, I got a deal on it. So I'll either fix it up and keep it, have it as a go to work, get the miles off my VFR. She just rolled her 66,000, so I want to keep her as long as possible. So start putting miles on this thing, and that's pretty much it. There's some things I gotta do to it, excuse me, before I get it registered and all that. But of course I've got to get it past inspection, so I'm obviously gonna have to order the blinkers and the mirrors. And for right now, I've got this kind of set, but you can still smell the fumes, so I'll just leave that for now. I want to get it registered and stuff, and then I'll buy that crap later. Like I said, I'm not planning on riding it anytime soon because I got a vehicle and my other bike, so I'm not too worried about it. But like I said, it just needs to be. I'm gonna probably tomorrow take the plastics off and give it a good pressure wash and see what else may be wrong with it I haven't seen. But definitely clean the chain. I'll change the oil. I don't have a filter for it. I'll look online and see if there's one in town. If not, I'll order one. But for now, I just want to go ahead and change the oil. It looks pretty used. So I got some. I usually just run Rotella, so that's pretty cheap enough, so I don't mind just doing that without changing the filter. But other than that, this is it so far. Hopefully I'll keep a video log of me updating it, adding parts, fixing stuff I need to fix, and like I said, I'll either keep her for the price I got her, or I'll sell her and hopefully make a good profit off of her, and go into something else. I'm kind of thinking about doing this, just finding cheap bikes and fixing them. Of course, probably the most profitable bike, I would think, if you could get them cheap enough, is the Ninja 250s, the newer models, right before the 300 came out, because you can't really make much money off the older first, second generation, so it's probably the money's all in the third generation. I thought I had one, but it was a lot more torn up than what I was hoping, and by the time I'd fix it up, I would have probably just broken even. So plus, I'm not a dealer, so I can't I'm not gonna ask dealer pricing and expect someone to pay it. So other than that, so this is it, and we'll watch as I progress on her.